Total Pro Sports presents the 15 greatest draft steals in sports history. If fits and butts were candy and nuts, every day would be Christmas. Those words ring true to the many general managers and organizations in sports who passed on some all-time legends when it came to drafting players. As we see, projections don't mean much of anything when it comes to hyping up prospects. Here are the 15 greatest draft steals in sports history. Number 15, BART STARR. One of the most iconic players in Green Bay Packers lore, STARR was an instant winner in the NFL. A 17th round and 200th overall pick in 1956, STARR won 5 NFL championships in the first 2 Super Bowls with the Packers. How history would have changed if he wasn't drafted so late. Number 14, ROBITAILLE. The highest-scoring left winger in NHL history did a lot in his career, helping Wayne Gretzky put hockey on the map in Los Angeles. The 4-time 100-point scorer had 668 career goals and 1,394 points and won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings in 2002. He was only drafted 171st overall by the Kings in 1984. Lucky Luke indeed. Number 13, Albert Pujols. One of the greatest baseball players of all time, Pujols changed the landscape of pro baseball by winning 2 World Series titles with the St. Louis Cardinals. Pujols was drafted in the 13th round of the 1999 MLB draft. All he did in his first 15 years in the majors was make 10 All-Star games, win 2 World Series rings, 3 NL MVPs, and 2 Gold Gloves. Number 12, HENRIK LUNDQVIST. King Henrik became the king of all-time great NHL goalies who was drafted in a later round. In 2000, the New York Rangers took him 205th overall, and perhaps nobody in the draft turned out as good as him. Lundqvist won an Olympic gold medal with Sweden and won 30-plus games in every full season he played from 2006 to 2015, along with the Vezina Trophy as top goaltender in 2012. Number 11, John SMOLTZ. 213 career wins, 3,084 strikeouts, and 154 saves. John SMOLTZ, one of the greatest MLB pitchers ever, was a 22nd-round pick in 1985 by the Detroit Tigers. SMOLTZ was drafted after 573 players that year. All he did was make it to 8 All-Star games, win a World Series, and 1 Cy Young, and led the league in wins and strikeouts twice. Number 10, Kobe Bryant. Okay, so being drafted in the first round doesn't usually make you a steal, but Kobe's greatness put him on our list. Somehow, 12 guys were selected before Bryant in the 1996 NBA draft. The Charlotte Hornets instantly traded him to the Los Angeles Lakers. 5 NBA championship rings later, and this guy was one major steal. Number 9, Roger Staubach. Arguably the greatest Dallas Cowboy player ever, Staubach quarterbacked the team to a couple of Super Bowl championships and made them a historic and iconic NFL franchise. Staubach was a 10th-round pick, going 129th overall in 1964. Staubach won 5 NFC championships with Dallas and won an NFL MVP award. 153 touchdowns and 22,700 passing yards isn't bad for somebody that was drafted so late like him. Roger that. Number 8, Brett Favre. Favre wasn't drafted spectacularly late. He went 33rd overall in the 1991 NFL draft by the Atlanta Falcons. A year later, his incredible career with the Packers started. Favre led the team to a Super Bowl championship, won 3 NFL MVPs, made it to 11 Pro Bowls, and owned almost all major statistical records before Peyton Manning broke all of them between 2013 and 2015. Number 7, Daniel ALFREDSSON. No, he didn't lead the Ottawa Senators to any Stanley Cup titles, but Alfie was one of the best players of his time. He was selected 133rd overall in 1994 by the Sens, and one of the newest franchises at the time had a leader who changed hockey in the Canadian capital. An Olympic gold medal in 2006 with Sweden, and 1,157 points. Yep, Alfie was by far the greatest steal in NHL history. Number 6, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is one of the most polarizing players in the history of the sport, but he's also one of the biggest draft steals ever. The 5-time NBA champion and part of the Chicago Bulls dynasty, won 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards and provided plenty of controversy with his character on and off the court. Oh, and he went 27th overall in the 1986 draft. Number 5, Johnny Unitas. Arguably the first true superstar NFL quarterback, Unitas changed the way players have played the position over time. Unitas won 3 league MVPs and held so many impressive records that have since been broken. He made it up to 10 Pro Bowls, won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Colts, and reached the Hall of Fame in 1979. Not bad for a 9th-round pick that went 102nd overall in 1955. Number 4, Karl Malone. One of the NBA's greatest players ever, Malone set so many records, and the 13th overall pick in 1985 should have gone much higher. Malone won 2 MVPs, made it to 15 All-Star Game selections, and was an 11-time part of the NBA's first team. His 36,928 points were the second most of all time when he retired. Number 3, Tom Brady, a 6th-round pick, 199th overall in 2000. Tommy Terrific would get his chance just over a year later, guiding the New England Patriots to 4 Super Bowl championships between 2001 and 2014. In that time, he won 2 MVPs, set multiple records, including most playoff wins ever by a quarterback, and was elected to 10 Pro Bowls. Nice steal, Bill Belichick. Number 2, Nolan Ryan, arguably the single greatest pitcher ever. Nolan Ryan was the greatest draft steal in MLB history. No one will touch his record 5,714 career strikeouts or his 7 no-hitters. He won 324 career games, the 1969 World Series with the New York Mets. The 8-time All-Star was drafted in the 12th round in 1965 by the Mets. And number 1, Joe Montana. Very well, by far the NFL's greatest quarterback ever, gets number 1 for being a major draft steal, along with his legendary career. Montana was drafted in the 3rd round, 82nd overall in the 1979 NFL Draft. Montana won 4 Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, was named to 8 Pro Bowls, and won 2 MVPs. Not bad, Joe Cool. And that's it for the 15 greatest draft steals in sports history. But wait, we're not done with you yet. In the comments below, we want to know, which vaunted draft pick do you think was the worst in history? And for more cool videos, click subscribe.